What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is who is that? Who's that?
I don't know. I've never seen it before.
I've never seen it before.
I recognise the red glasses, but
Yeah, red glasses are quite a big giveaway. Oh, you're it's Lost in the Pond.
is it?
It is.
Oh,
We only do.
Don't know much about him.
Yeah, we only do them every week.
Yeah, not
we
not
only
really
do them
that
every
consistent.
week. Smash the like button for Lost in the Pond. Smash the subscribe button. I don't know what we just did. We just went for it, though, didn't we?
Yeah.
We didn't plan that, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't write that down. There's no writing.
Every so often I just throw curveballs at Millie, and we have a good time. So high five.
So we think.
They can't see the high five.
So
when
he
you that
thinks. You underneath my hand.
Just to make sure it's high enough.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Smash that button, smash that subscribe button. We would seriously appreciate you, absolute legends. Hope you enjoyed our stream, because we'd have streamed before this.
Yes.
We're recording 20 minutes before we stream, but we would have streamed before this. It is launched. Why do Americans have so much stuff? I'm guessing they buy so much stuff, so much available.
Yeah, I think so.
So much
so
available.
many things they can buy.
Definitely. For people who didn't watch yesterday, we are dog sitting, so you'd have seen potentially 3 dogs and at least 1 cat. The other cat is a bit timid, isn't it? At least 1 cat on the stream.
And you probably wouldn't have seen 3 dogs in the stream, because I doubt the one that's snoring, you don't think you can hear it, won't be coming up.
Probably not. Maybe 2, maybe 1. We'll see. Are you ready? Check out yesterday's video, because Ted was in it.
Ted wasn't.
Ted was in yesterday's second video, so check that out. And are you ready?
I am.
Why do Americans have so much stuff? I'm guessing it's because they've got so much available, but let Lawrence tell us what we got.
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond. And one of those memos pertains to stuff. Good old stuff. Everybody's got stuff, but some people have more stuff than others, which brings me on to a philosophical question.
Some people hoard it.
I've heard a lot since moving to the United States. Do Americans have too much stuff? And I know what you're thinking. Ooh, Lawrence, that's rich coming from a Brit who's surrounded by 16 billion boxes. Well, firstly, I am also American, so these boxes might bolster the argument of the Yes Brigade. But secondly, the boxes are empty, dumped here in the spare bedroom so that they can later be broken down by me and my wife.
But
mostly
they were full at one point.
Yeah, we can't say anything because our lounge was full of boxes. But then we was moving into our first house. So
yeah, and he's moving into his first house.
But like he's like
the boxes
he's had stuff in his previous home.
Definitely.
Whereas we've only had a small room full of stuff, so we've managed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. But I just meant my point was, although they may be empty now, they were full at one point, so he does have that much stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you don't know if he's half filled them.
Very true.
Or just had one plate in them.
That is a lot of waste of space, though, isn't it?
It's up to him.
me. Entirely me.
I love them.
You're dangerous with them. Nice form. Ooh, small packing boxes inside the boxes. I like it.
Of course, the very existence of empty boxes suggests that they once contained possessions, which may or may not be strewn around the rest of the house. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do that now. In many ways, I've always tried to live my life minimally. In other words, to have the bare minimum of possessions in order to live and live well. So when I moved to America, I was surprised to find that many households indulge in an unconscious practice known as hoarding. And it seems like there are 2 types of hoarders, right? There are those that will walk into Walmart, clear all of the shelves of the beans and stock up for the apocalypse. That's more conscious. The unconscious hoarders that I've encountered in the United States are those that over a period of time just acquire a lot of stuff.
I mean, we watched an episode of Hoarders, didn't we?
Yeah.
And they can be extreme at times.
They can be extreme.
Like, they could be proper extreme. Not too bad most of the time, but they can be extreme.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is sad, isn't it?
This stuff, whatever it might be, a collection of candlesticks, a beanbag, or a lava lamp from the 90s, can end up in various rooms, like the basement where it's out of the way, or the garage.
I recognise him. I don't know who he is.
But when it first came on, I thought it was him. I was like, your wife's changed.
That you don't use for your vehicles because you've got a driveway. And my feeling on this is that Americans might well be more predisposed to unconscious hoarding.
Nice house.
I think when you account for the fact that American houses on the whole are considerably bigger than those in the United Kingdom, it probably lends itself to this mindset. It's like, ooh, we've got this massive house, right? We can just push all of the stuff we don't use down into the basement where nobody will see it for 3 years, including myself. And what do Americans do when they find all this stuff? One of America's favorite pastimes, not baseball, yard sales.
So American,
car
isn't
boot
it?
Sales.
Yeah, I did. You have yard sales, which literally is
in your garden,
which is so American, isn't it? Just having a garden sale.
Yeah.
Whereas we have car boot sales.
There's a car boot sale, which is, I think, in its own way, random.
It is.
Like it's definitely evaporated over time. Like evaporated, is that the right word? Expanded over time. It's like in front of your car now. Like it's not. Whereas like once upon a time, it was just from your boot.
Yeah, literally.
But you park your car up, you open your boot, and then you sell from.
I think it makes sense because I feel like a yard sale, you're only advertising to people potentially going past that yard. If you're going to a car boot sale...
But then, like, maybe yard sales are, like, on a big grassy area. Like, do you know, like...
Maybe, I don't know.
You know, like, the Millbrook Park, where they do the car boot sales.
Yeah, but maybe they call that car boot sales.
Yeah, but I don't think they do. I think they call it a yard sale. I think the whole idea of it as a yard sale is like a car boot sale.
Oh, I thought a yard sale was literally out... You see them all the time out the garages. And literally, someone goes past, it's on their yard.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that if they did it in a yard, like a big... community
but
yard.
That's just
because
a field.
car boot sales for like I've been to car boot sales and there've not been cars involved.
Oh no, definitely.
So like it could just be.
But do they just call that a car boot sale?
We may as well ask them.
Let us know in the comments.
I don't think they say car boot sale.
I don't think they do either.
Because they don't call it a boot.
We may be.
So there's no way they call it a car boot
sale.
A car
trunk sale.
So I feel like I might be right. I feel like.
No, I think you are definitely right in terms of what a car boot sale is and that. But they definitely do have yard sales where it's out the garage.
When did I say they didn't?
No, I just.
I literally said yes.
I'm just trying to piece. I'm trying to piece it together.
No, they definitely do.
Yes.
But I'm also saying for the to reach a wider audience, they may do it in like a big.
Let us know in the comments. It would be sensible, wouldn't it?
Because it's still a yard sale. Because it's still they call gardens yards.
Because it makes sense. Because like I was saying with the car boot, it makes sense because it's advertised for like a week, and then everyone goes there if you want to buy something. And you've got custom which potentially aren't going to go past your quote-unquote yard or house. So it would make sense you have a yard sale in a field as well.
I know.
It would make sense. So you might be onto something. Let us know in the comments. I imagine they do it.
If I'm not, then I'm onto something.
I think they do it. I feel like I've seen it on videos.
Someone somewhere has done that.
I would laugh if they call it car boot sales though.
They don't call it a boot.
They don't.
They call it a trunk.
Yeah.
They make a car trunk sale, but...
Let us know in the comments what you call it. We might just call it a sale. A second-hand sale. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Let us know in the comments.
Yard sales, or jumble sales as they're known in the UK, are a big fixture of Midwestern life, especially at this time of year. You'll be driving down the street on your way to Arby's when all of a sudden out of the corner of your eye you see this table containing some porcelain dolls and a sweet vinyl collection.
Free lemonade.
So you pull over, meet some people that you're never going to speak to again in your life, hand them $15 and go home with the best of Kenny Rogers. I was jet lagged. In 2014, the LA Times reported that the average American household contains a whopping 300,000 items. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't even list 300,000 items. And even if I could, the only people that would watch that video are the same people that say, Lawrence, I could honestly watch a YouTube sensation such as yourself read the phone book. To be fair, that's about 3/5 of my audience, which, as fate would have it, is about 300,000 people. But in any case, the number could be dubious. Try as I might to sift through the clutter, I couldn't find a study that corroborates the average number of household items in America. But there are some other telling statistics out there. Remember a few months ago when I said this? Welcome to the first garage that I've ever owned, right here in Illinois, and it's quite a lot bigger than the garage that I grew up in. I didn't grow up in it. I grew up in a house that had a garage in England, and it was much smaller than this one. It's big enough for 2 cars. We only have 1 car. Well, that same LA Times article reported federal findings that a quarter of Americans who own 2-car garages don't use them for automobiles. If that's you, let us know what you do use them for, but just be advised that the FBI may be vetting the comments.
By the way, if you can hear snoring, I don't think
wait.
I'm going to stop snoring now.
Don't move.
I'm not editing this out.
They can't hear him.
Yeah, I don't think you can. The dog is snoring behind us. We apologise if you can. If you can't,
It's loud to us.
yeah.
You're
If
okay.
you can't, we've just wasted 30 seconds of your life experimenting, haven't we? That's fun, Mo.
There are roughly 120 million households in America. Around 11% of those, or about 13 million households, are currently renting a storage unit.
Like,
Now, there could be
Oh,
multiple
renting a
reasons for this,
storage
right?
unit.
Perhaps they're in flux between one home and another. Perhaps their garage is in the process
That's
of being built.
expensive.
Or perhaps they have more stuff than their house can currently house. But to put things into perspective, British households...
Do you know what I
among
love?
the
It's just
highest
reminded me. Have you ever...
Prison. Oh.
Do you... What? What? Do you know what I love? It's just reminded me. Prison.
I thought you said, do you know what it looks like?
No, I said, do you know what I love? And you just went,
Oh.
prison.
No, I thought you were gonna say you reminds me of.
No, it reminds me of Storage Wars. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, I didn't like
Where the
that.
guy was like, blah, 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 like that. And, oh, mate, the drama. The American
Yeah,
one
the
was way
thing
better
is,
than
people
the
that
UK.
think that's how you sound. Like,
No, but he did it on purpose. It wasn't just his accent. Can you give me 1,500? Can you give me 1,500?
Yeah,
Give me
you
1,500
don't-
or 1,700 over there. I think I nailed that. Maybe. I've never done that before. This video's a shambles. Storage Wars was a great show. Great drama in it. The American one definitely better than the UK one as well. Maybe we'll watch it. Let's go.
users of storage facilities in Western Europe at a rate of 2%, almost
Okay.
a sixth the rate of Americans. And instead of speculating on whether or not Americans own too much stuff, whatever the metric for that might be, who better to ask than Americans themselves? In 2016,
Fair
the
enough.
online marketplace OfferUp did precisely that. They found that 72% of Americans believed they would gain more space in their homes by purging unused items, while 41%
common
of
sense,
Americans
yeah.
insisted they hadn't decluttered for over a year.
Wow. It's
Clearly,
hard to
America
declutter.
has
It
a
is hard to
stuff
declutter.
problem, or does it? Is
You
the
don't get rid of
acquisition of material possessions always a bad thing? Well, I think it depends on who you speak to. If you speak to young Lawrence, he'd tell you this. I thrive on clutter. Mind you, that's because I'm a tortured artist whose creative process relies on discarded Kit Kat wrappers. If you ask present-day Lawrence, I'd tell you that perhaps there's room for a happy medium. After all, we each have household items that aren't particularly necessary but are worth keeping around because they're sentimental, like this library book I took out when I was 12,
Okay.
or because they
Cute.
spark joy, like this library book I took out when I was 12. Either way, there's a big part of me that periodically prefers to purge possessions. And given the sheer number of garage sales, it seems that my fellow Americans often feel the same way. And how can we not, especially when it now means we can go for a lie down in that once cluttered spare bedroom. So if you know of any mattress companies that would sponsor my videos, please let me know.
Oh.
And that's it for
I'll
this
be back,
episode.
yeah.
I'm Lawrence from before YouTube was invented. If you like this video,
Is
go
that
and
meant to be
watch my
Baby
visit to
Lawrence?
Lowe's where I picked up more clutter. Be sure to follow me on Twitter.
Oh,
at
that's good, wasn't it?
That was good. It was funny.
Smash that button if you enjoy, you guys. Smash that subscribe button. Let us know. Do you think you have a stuff problem? I think it's just normal stuff. A lot of people have extra stuff. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Storage Wars was good though. We're streaming in literally 5 minutes time. This would have been like a couple hours ago before you guys see this. But hopefully you've enjoyed the stream. High five. What's your video?
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.